Hi, this is Jessica Bonilla, head gardener here at Hillwood Estate Museum and Gardens, and this is What's in Bloom. And today we're going to look at some of Hillwood's flowering trees. And we're going to start with this beauty right here. So people in the DC area may recognize this tree. This is a Kansan cherry. It's often used as a street tree throughout the regions. It's really a wonderful spring flowering tree. It's also called the double flowering Japanese cherry, and you can see why. Beautiful big pink blooms with layer upon layer of petals, and you can see that our tree is nearly in full bloom. And then too, just another interesting feature, you can see that the leaves have just started to come out and they have this wonderful bronze tinge to them that really make just another layer of interest to this tree. This is a type of cherry that was a gift from Japan to the United States. A lot of these can be found in the eastern Potomac Park region. Lots of Kansan cherries there. An identifying factor for cherries, in case you don't quite get what the difference between a crab apple and a cherry is, you can look for these horizontal lenticels in the bark, and that will tell you that it's a cherry. So, great little tree for a small yard. Beautiful, beautiful in the spring. So next we're gonna swing over here, and this isn't quite in bloom, but I think it's worth a second to talk about. This is Aesculus hippocampstumum baumannii, and then this is the flower bud that's starting just to emerge now. It will put out a big, long, fuzzy white flower. And then obviously you can see that the leaves are just starting. It's a palmately compounded leaf, and those will unfurl and make wonderful umbrella-like foliage. So this is an interesting tree because it is a sterile cultivar. That means that it won't produce fruit, which is a good idea because look at how close it is to the walkway. What would happen? The fruit would fall off and become a tripping hazard to our guests, and we certainly don't want that. So we picked a sterile cultivar when this was replaced in 2011, and the original tree from Marjorie Post had fallen down in a storm. So that is the horse chestnut baumannii. And then last but not least, we're going to look over here to the Nellie Stevens holly. And you might say, Jessica, well, that's much more interesting in the winter with the orangish red berries. And I agree somewhat, but this is where the berries start from. Here we go. You can see here that the Nellie Stevens holly is all in flower. You might wonder about whether it being a male or a female, but Nellie Stevens hollies actually have both on their flower. You can see right here that green is the female pistil, and the little white stamens are the male parts of the flower. So lots of exciting things to come. This is just a harbinger of many things to happen here throughout the seasons. Again, it is the Nellie Stevens holly. And this is Jessica, and thank you so much for joining me again, and we will talk soon. Thank you.